Hi, I'm Roberta Sabatini. Welcome to my blog. Today I'm going to show you how to make an easy recipe and easy table decorations to celebrate Mother's Day. To make our recipe, we're going to use 200 grams of spinach, about 50 grams of asparagus, 200 grams of parma ham, short crust, maybe we'll need one and a half, and 300 grams of ricotta cheese. And then we're going to use some asparagus to do the table decorations as well. The first thing I need to do is to cook both the spinach and the asparagus because I need them to be really soft and chopped once they have been cooked because I need to add them to the ricotta cheese. While the vegetables are cooking, I put the short crust in any baking tray, any baking pan, and I need the short crust to cook first. So I'll do this with a fork and I leave it in the oven for about 10-15 minutes at 200 degrees. So it starts cooking at least the bottom of the crust. And while the first short crust is in the oven, I take another short crust and I start cutting stripes like this, pretty much this length, and I cut as many as possible. Once I have cut the short crust in stripes like this, I take the parma ham slice and I cut it in half as well, just to match the same width of the short crust stripes. When I've cut both of them, all I need to do is to put the slice of ham on top of the slice of the short crusts and just roll them together in this way, because at the end I want little roses to come out. So I have to do this work with all the stripes of the short crusts. Now I have my short crust cooked. I have all my vegetables done and I mix them together with the ricotta cheese and I season with some salt, nutmeg and pepper, and all my other short crust with the ham rolled. I start assembling all the ingredients together. The first thing I do is to pour the cheese and the vegetables on top of the base, the short crust that I've cooked in the oven. Once I'm finished with this, all I do is start to get all the rolled short crusts and put them around the base. Now that I'm finished to put all the rolled up short crust with the ham, I'm going to put it back in the oven, 170 degrees this time, for about 20-25 minutes until everything becomes brownish. Now that my dish is in the oven, is cooking in the oven, I can take care of my centerpiece. And to make a centerpiece, I'm going to use some asparagus, as I use them in my recipe, and some mixed pink flowers. As you can see, I have roses and carnation, greenish. I'm also going to use a container. I have this white container, but you can use any container of your choice. And also I need an elastic band. All I need to do is to put the elastic band around the container and I start putting the asparagus all around it in this way. Be careful not to break the asparagus and make sure the band is the same length of the container of your choice. This is it. This is how your composition centerpiece will look like. What I've done, I've put the asparagus all around the container. If you have trouble keeping them up, you can put some double-sided tape all around the container. I put a ribbon around the elastic band. I put water in my container and I cut the flowers the length that I want them to be, and I put the flowers in the container. So as you see, it's a very easy centerpiece to make. I take a napkin, a square one, I fold it in half and again in half to create a square. Once I have the square, I take the ends and I pull them up, and I do the same on the other side, so that at the end I have a triangle. I take the left side of the triangle and I fold it towards the right side. Once this is done, I fold it again into half and half, so that at the end I have this kind of pattern. I do the same on the other side of the napkin. So all I do, I'll show it in your way, I fold it this way and this way again. So at the end, as you see, I have the same pattern both sides. Once the napkin is folded, I take a wine glass, I put the napkin inside the wine glass, and I start kind of opening all the layers of the napkin. This is how the napkin at the end will look. I have now finished to prepare for Mother's Day, to celebrate Mother's Day. I've done my flower decorations, my centerpiece, using flowers and asparagus, because asparagus is part of my recipe. This is how the recipe came out. So I used at the end two short crust, one for the base and one cut in slices and rolled up with ham. At the base of the short crust, I used ricotta cheese, spinach, which I used also to decorate the plate, and some asparagus, which then I used in my centerpiece. I hope you enjoyed it. Happy Mother's Day!